Welcome, everyone, to the Quite Alright Podcast, the only podcast that has medically been proven to cure jaundice. I'm one of your hosts, Manep.
I'm Liam.
And I'm Matt.
Currently recording this on Thursday, April 7th, 9:10 p.m. We never record before, like at a reasonable time.
Well, today it makes sense because we are doing news. This is gonna be a news podcast for this week's episode.
Yeah.
Just in case no one knows what jaundice is, do you want to explain that to the viewers?
It's yellowing of the skin, derived from the Latin word, or maybe French, jaune. It's yellowing of the skin.
All right. Well, like
Prevalent
I said,
in
this is going to
infants.
be
Prevalent more in infants. But yeah, okay.
yeah. So, like I said, this is going to be our news podcast, and what better way, as you said, it's April 7th when we're recording this. What better way to start off with probably the biggest news? Jackie Chan turned 62 today.
Kata. That's
All right.
that's the only,
So,
that's the only Jackie Chan.
great
line I
response.
remember.
That's what I was thinking.
That's
just-
pretty big news.
Yeah, it's pretty big news. You know, he's a great person, great actor,
You
great
are my
martial artist.
brother, is what he says. In Rush Hour. He's
Rush Hour,
so
great
good. You wanna
films.
say the
I
words
love
that are
them.
coming out of my mouth? Oh, great line. Do you remember? What's your favorite? Oh, quick. What's everyone's favorite Rush Hour movie?
The third, I
I
fucking
like
love it.
one. I really like 3. 2 is good, but I don't. Which one does?
Three's not actually a good
I said
movie.
1, 'cause
Apparently,
it's like
it's just
like
really
it's
funny.
original.
That's the only reason.
1, yeah. 1 is like a pretty strong like actual buddy cop movie, and it's funny in the beginning where Chris Tucker doesn't think Jackie Chan can speak English because he's just being quiet. But yeah, it's like definitely one of the best buddy cop franchises. But
Well, just last week, so the Rush Hour TV show premiered. I watched it. Manab, Matt, did you guys watch it?
no, it's on CBS,
No.
right?
I don't know
I
what's
think
on.
it's on CBS.
wanna
All
watch
I
it.
know is that it really doesn't. It's very cheesy, very corny. It's the actors look like they're maybe 20, and they're not. Like, obviously, it's not going to be as the Rush Hour movies were. It's one of those typical cop shows where they haven't shown an overarching villain yet,
Mhm.
but it's going to be like each individual episode is a specific case. It seems like.
Mhm.
It's very cheesy, very corny. It has its funny moments. I watched it. I didn't mind it. I did cringe at some of the moments. 'Cause, yeah, it's cheesy, but it probably won't last more than a season. But you know,
Is it?
that's that.
So do you like? Do they use the same names as the movie, Carter and?
Yeah. So it's Agent Lee and it's
Detective Carter.
Detective Lee and Detective Carter. Sorry.
Do you like? Does
Um,
Justin Hires do like a Chris Rock impression, or does he make it his own thing?
Yeah, I feel like he's actually pretty spot on with that. But I don't know the actor's name who's playing Jackie Chan's character.
John
Detective
Fu
Lee.
is his name, I think.
Is that his
Yeah.
name? He kind of is going for the same accent. He's too white.
Mm.
He's very mixed, and it's just something doesn't sit right about that. And they just look really young, so it doesn't suit the role that he's like a detective coming over from Hong Kong.
Yeah. Well, Jackie Chan was like already in his 30s when he's like he's been making movies since like the late 70s, but like Rush Hour, he's in his late 30s, I think, in Rush Hour 1.
Yeah. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I was also younger when I saw those movies, so there's a huge age difference, right?
I rewatched Rush Hour 1 like a couple months ago, and like the racial humor that they do in that movie is like so 90s, and I don't think you could get away with that in like this PC era that we live in today. Like Chris Tucker says some heinous shit.
Well, actually, so in the show, there is a lot of racial jokes. I'm just trying to remember. Not as many as like the first Rush Hour, but this first Rush Hour, you know, you were talking about the scene where in the first movie, Carter doesn't think Lee speaks English.
Yeah.
They take that straight, and that's in the show too.
Oh, really?
But
Okay.
he doesn't. Lee doesn't combat the same way that he does in the movie. Well, anyway, so that's the biggest news. I guess that's all for the podcast today. We will see you next time.
All right, and take care, and like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. What's that?
Anyways,
What's next?
the real big news for today, the Rogue One trailer.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story. What a weird title. They couldn't have called it Star Wars Rogue One. Think about how much think about that on like a Cineplex marquee, like Rogue One, a Star Wars story, versus.
But it actually seems, as silly as it is, it seems kind of perfect. You have the big Rogue One, and then underneath it, in the small Star Wars font, a Star Wars story.
I know. I'm saying for people who like don't care and don't pay attention, they're more inclined to see something that starts with Star Wars :
Oh yeah. But for people who are actually caring about this, it looks pretty.
I mean,
cool.
this movie's gonna. I don't know what the production budget is, but if it makes anything near Force Awakens, I think they'll be happy because Disney's still trying to recover for that.
Will it make more than Batman vs Superman?
Oh.
Actually, before we get into that, let's quickly talk about the Rogue One trailer.
Try again. Don't worry, you got this.
Let's talk about the Rogue One trailer. Came out today.
Yeah.
There was a teaser yesterday, last night.
Yes.
They're rocking the different stormtrooper armor, so Captain Phasma's not as unique as we thought. Sarah Michelle Gellar plays a character whose name, there's some speculation that she's Rey's mother, which I think would kind of, because this takes place, I think, between episode 4 and 5.
4. Yeah,
So A New Hope.
I believe so.
Yeah. So it's all about like how they stole the Death Star plans, which is really interesting because they don't really address that in the original trilogy. So that's gonna be cool. I think it'd be kind of a cop out because to have Sarah Michelle Gellar's character be Daisy Ridley's mother, because you kind of want a series where not everyone in the universe is either a Solo or a Skywalker. Like maybe there could be other people. Because like it's a story about that like spans the universe, but it's only these two families. It's like this soap opera. It's like Young and the Restless, where there's only 3 families involved. Shout out to Young and the Restless, going strong. 40 years, Victor Newman, my man. I'm a suburban mother. Now, Matt, you watched it, right?
Yep. The guy really looked like Poe Dameron.
Yeah, that handsome like Guatemalan dude.
Yeah. So maybe like his dad, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. They're
Everything's just gonna be connected. That's what.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be possible.
I don't mind. Yeah, like I'd rather everything not be like super connected. Like all the characters are relatives of the other. I think that was a problem with the prequels.
Yeah.
One of the many problems with the prequels is that they just like tried to tie everything back in. There's different kinds of weapons. This just like some dude uses a bow staff against a stormtrooper. Sarah Michelle Gellar's character like flips a gun and a plasma rifle and things. And
yeah, they're all the old weapons then, right?
Yeah. They're one of the weapons she uses looks like that gun that the stormtrooper flips in episode 7 when he's like fighting Finn.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like that. And then it ends with the walkers. So we haven't seen the walkers in the new trilogy yet. So after Rogue One, I think they have Han Solo origin story, and then people are hoping for a Boba Fett story, which would be interesting. But that character's kind of been ruined by the original trilogy. He's cooler in like the expanded universe that's not canon anymore. So I mean, there's different options. But yeah, I mean, it looks cool. Someone at work today told me that it looks like Hunger Games in space, which I kind of, because everyone's super young and attractive and they're skilled at everything. So yeah, hopefully.
I don't know. The music was pretty annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But it comes out in December. And so we'll see. I like the new direction that the Star Wars movies have taken since Disney bought them out. Episode 8 is being directed by Rian Johnson, who directed Looper, that Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie. I like Looper, yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
Episode 9 was going to be directed by Josh Trank, who directed Chronicle, but more notably the Fantastic Four reboot. So he's off of it now for obvious reasons. Yeah, he's been taken off of it. So, I mean, yeah, I think Rogue One. Liam, did you see it? Do you care?
Not Star Wars isn't really my fancy. I appreciate it for what it is. I understand its importance in society and entertainment, but it's not my cup of tea. So
I think this is.
I did watch the trailer. I mean, like, I can see why it's interesting for those who care and those who like Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars fan, so. The
cool thing is that this movie isn't really bogged down by a lot of the like canon of Star Wars. Like these are all new characters, and it's essentially a space heist movie. Yeah. Like Darth Vader's going to be in it because they're stealing the Death Star plans, and he's related.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
He's gonna be in it for like 10
but
seconds.
most
It's
of-
gonna be
yeah.
like a little cameo.
Most
But
of
I mean,
these,
like,
yeah, but most
even
of
if
the
you don't like
protagonists
Star Wars,
are
like I
just
know
new
who he
characters.
is. So
Yeah. Most of the
Alright,
protagonists are
that's
just
cool.
new characters. So I think it's a good. They're making
Alright.
it a good jumping off point for like new kids to
Well,
buy merchandise and shit.
that's cool. Yeah. So something I mentioned before, but I quickly cut myself off with. I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
It's going to be rhetorical for now.
Mhm.
I want you to think about it.
Yeah,
Don't
I'll
answer.
ponder. I'll marinate.
Rogue One. You said Disney will be hoping to make anywhere near what the main Series 1 made, right?
Sure.
Now, do you think it'll make more than Batman vs Superman? And I ask this because next story we have here is that Batman vs Superman is down 69% in the second week to only 51.3 million, which is reported by the Hollywood Reporter. It's at 700 million worldwide as of a couple days ago.
Do I think it'll make more than that? Yeah, I think because episode 7 made like almost 2 billion. So there's a lot of goodwill towards Star Wars right now. If Rogue One's even remotely as good as episode 7, I think they'll be fine. I don't think they're spending as much money on this movie either, so it's a smaller cast.
No, they definitely
Forrest
aren't.
Whitaker's in it from The Last King of Scotland, so I like him.
I guess real quick, we'll just mention this because we're talking about movies making money. Which movie do you think will be the top for box office this year? So we got Deadpool, which came out, which made a butt ton of money. We have Batman vs Superman, which is currently sitting at 700 million worldwide. We have Civil War coming out May 6th, May 5th for the Thursday screening. We got X-Men Apocalypse. We got Suicide Squad, Doctor Strange, Rogue One, and whatever other fucking movie comes out.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
Which is actually rated at like a 30-something%, I believe.
It doesn't matter. Do you know, fun fact, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 1, the first one, cost $5 million to make? Guess how much money they made?
I'm assuming they made somewhere like 100 and something.
$380 million.
Just fucking
Fucking
Christ.
love that movie. It's so good. Tula, eat something.
Okay, so your question was
highest box office for
what movie do you
2016?
think highest box office? Not made.
Probably Rogue One.
So maybe Rogue One. Batman v Superman just passed Deadpool, right? It's because Deadpool's sitting around like 7, right?
Deadpool is sitting around 7, and Batman vs Superman will definitely pass it. Now the big thing is a lot of people who now probably didn't go watch Batman vs Superman because of the critic rating, because it dropped off big time, right? That means people stopped watching it. They got money to spend for Civil War coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have watched both, but what about those people who would only watch one of them?
No.
Well, yeah, not a lot of people, like, sure, a lot of people go watch movies, but no one's watching every movie that comes out. No one's watching.
I know, but I feel like if you're watching Civil War, like nobody's watching Civil War as their first like Marvel movie. You get what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm not talking.
They're still watching
I mean, like,
X-Men
okay,
too. Like they're.
I want you to look at something like parents and stuff. My dad is not going to go watch Batman vs Superman now in the theaters because of the critic ratings. If Civil War gets good critic ratings, he's going to go watch it.
Oh, you think so?
What about X-Men?
I think people have just like predetermined decisions on what they're going to see. I don't think ratings.
Definitely do, but there are those people who look at critics' ratings, and that helps decide what they're going to buy, what they're going to go watch. It happens all the time. Things that look at this. There's only one reason why it's down 69% the second week. Critic ratings.
Well, yeah, you have first week. The first weekend's like the buzz, and that's where they try to make the biggest splash. And then the second week is word of mouth. The first weekend,
I mean, look at something like Guardians of the Galaxy. That just kept getting bigger and bigger because of the critics' ratings, because people kept talking about it, because people loved it.
So to answer your question, probably Rogue One.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Rogue One too.
Rogue One, or maybe I can see Suicide Squad doing good.
No, I don't.
I don't think Civil War is going to beat BVS. Because Marvel movies kind of...
You don't think it's...
No, because they either... I don't know. I think they plateau around like 8 or 9. Like, I know Age of Ultron made over $1 billion. Avengers made 1.5, I think.
Yeah, I can see why you're saying that also, because Batman vs Superman is their sort of team up movie.
Yeah.
DC's.
Yeah.
But then again, Civil War's being treated like an Avenger movie.
No, I mean, I get that, but I feel like a lot of people are... I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying. It doesn't have the Avenger title.
Yeah. Do you guys... Hey, speaking of BVS, I'm going to derail the podcast really quickly. I went to go see it again this week. I had to confront it. I saw it in D-Box. This is like the second movie I saw in D-Box. First movie I saw in D-Box was Fast Five, Toretto, which Fast Five makes sense because the
Fonzie.
Toretto, Paul Walker. Oh,
Is D-Box good? Like I never
the
D-Box.
the scene where he's the scene where he's being lifted by the bats, like the chair rises, and then
Yes. Are you
yeah,
serious?
and the scene
Oh. I can see getting
yeah,
annoyed at that.
there's
though.
like a switch on it. There's like a plus and minus symbol to increase or decrease intensity. And when I knew there was going to be like a shot or a jump scare, I lowered it because I knew all they were going to do is just like shake the shit out of the chair. So like when Thomas and Martha Wayne get shot, and when the bat gargoyle breaks out of the mausoleum, like they shake your chair. The best implementation of it was the first scene when Bruce Wayne is driving like the Jeep through Metropolis, and the Batmobile scene. So anything in a car, because you get to move with the momentum of the car.
Yeah.
I don't think like it hindered or like it really conditioned any view of the movie. It was Tuesday, so it's like half off. So I'm like, whatever, just get D-Box. I didn't hate it as much. Like it? Yeah, I didn't hate it as much. so I guess by proxy, I liked it more because I disliked it less. A couple of things that
you went in hating it. That's why, like, you went in like not expecting it to be good.
Well, I went in with less of a because like when I saw Batman killing people in my first viewing, like my jaw was agape because it was so surprising. But this one, I'm like, all right, I know this is like a different rendition of Batman, so I'm ready for this now.
But that totally ruins the character. What about the Joker then? We're assuming the Joker is, let's say the Joker in Suicide Squad is not Jason Todd. Let's say it's the Joker.
Dude, yeah.
And they've definitely had past comings together. You see in the movie where he has Robin's suit where ha ha and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he kill the Joker when he got the chance if he's just killing these no-name thugs?
Unsolicited fan theory. Batman only starts killing people after Joker kills Jason Todd. The scene you see in the Suicide Squad trailer is when the Joker is first abducting Harley Quinzel. She's not Harley Quinn yet, so you have to assume that's a couple years in the past.
So you're telling me that ever since Jason Todd died, the Robin died, he has not seen Joker since.
You would think that Batman will like hunt him out, yeah. But I'm saying the only thing we've seen in Suicide Squad, the trailers with Batman in it, is the scene where he's driving like his ostentatious purple Lambo.
In Toronto, yeah.
In the 6, hashtag Drake, hashtag 6God, hashtag RIP Rob Ford. Oh, Rob Ford. What a character. Put our city on the map in the worst way possible.
Oh, on a tangent within this tangent within the news podcast. On I believe it was CP24. Was it the news station in Toronto? No, it was Breakfast Television.
Ooh.
They were showing the next morning when they were carrying Rob Ford casket into town hall to do their ceremony and everything, right?
Yeah.
There's this old man, like, you know how the police and they have to hold the casket. There's 3 on each side, the men, and they walk it in, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a really old man. He police force, right? Because these are like high-end sergeants or whatever, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the front on the left side, I believe, and he's trying to carry the casket. And you guys can't see right now, we're on Skype, so I'm kind of like imitating. He's holding the casket like this, but he's struggling so much, and you can see the casket is tilting and slipping down.
Oh no.
And he's like, he's about to drop it, and he's trying to carry it and hold it, but they can't switch, right? And all the other guys, they notice it too, but they can't switch with him because of dumb fucking rules. So he's like dropping it, and it's like tilting big time. It's on like a fucking 90-degree angle. And, yeah. Anyways,
you didn't drop it, so I guess that's
we don't.
Out of it.
I mean, like, I guess it'd be on the news if we dropped it, but it was so close to dropping. Like all the other guys, they're built and they're holding it up, and this guy's got to be like 70 fucking years old. He's holding a dead Rob Ford in a casket.
Oh man, that's a bad Wednesday.
Well, anyways,
where were we? Oh, Batman v Superman.
We were talking about how
couple concluding thoughts.
Anything? Yeah, anything about that?
The Wonder Woman theme is really dumb, and they play it too often in this movie. They play it when she's doing like the most menial shit. They play it when Batman opens the file of her, and it's just like 90s shredding guitar. They play it, a violin rendition of it. Hans Zimmer, I don't know if you guys caught this, but Hans Zimmer, who did the like impeccable. I think Oscar-winning Dark Knight soundtrack also was the composer for this movie. It
Really?
didn't show,
Hmm.
or maybe because fun fact, Zack Snyder's he started directing music videos, and that's why he has like such a vision.
He has not made a good movie.
No, I think Watchmen was fine.
He's made fine movies.
He's made super okay movies.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Anyways,
yeah. So Wonder Woman thing's silly, but moving on.
Yeah, well, we started talking about Suicide Squad,
Yep.
and so what better way to then talk about they're doing reshoots? They're in reshoots for, well, starting off with this news story, we knew that they were in reshoots. Then later on, we find out from Brett Schultz on Twitter, he's a
Classic
tech guy, that he confirmed, he is verified, so confirmed or whatever, he said that they're in reshoots for 3 weeks. Rumors were going around, apparently reports, saying that the reason for the reshoots is that it's not funny enough, but Jai Courtney, I think,
Mhm.
the guy who's playing Captain Boomerang,
Oi.
he says you can't always believe these reports and shit, that the reshoots are just to add more action scenes, both of which can be because they probably spoiled everything in the trailers.
No, I think there's a lot left.
all the funny parts.
The funny parts. I think the plot-wise, they've done better marketing of Suicide Squad.
Because they came out and said that, right? They came out and said that they basically got all the jokes in.
I don't know if they said
last
that. I
trailer
think
they
that's
showed.
a rumor. I don't know if they've confirmed that, but I think that's why
rumor,
a lot of
whatever.
people think that they're doing reshoots
Yeah.
just to add more.
Well, that's why
scenes.
I'm screwing around here, but yeah. So a lot of people are saying it's because it's not funny enough. They're gonna add in more jokes, and he is saying that it's actually for more action scenes.
But like, not.
What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Reshoots, Suicide Squad.
It's not uncommon for a movie to do pickups, so I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
concerned.
no, it's not. I think there's most are in studio, and then there's some.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think they're coming back to Toronto.
No, they're not coming back to Toronto, but
No.
they're in studio.
I mean, yeah, no, this is uncommon. I don't think this is anything to worry about. Like, not
It's
every,
not uncommon, no.
Like, they don't have to be Marvel. Like, the movies don't have to be super funny and like lighthearted.
No, they really don't. But if you're gonna go for a funny movie, you better make it funny.
I don't know that I agree. Like, Die Hard's a funny movie.
No.
Like, Die Hard's funny, but it's
You
not.
have to go full out funny.
No, I'm not talking about going full out funny. I'm not talking about going Deadpool full out funny or something like that. I just mean with Suicide Squad, their trailer with the soundtrack they have and the feel they're going for and the characters and like you have Harley Quinn there.
Mhm.
It's just it seems like it would make more sense as an R-rated funny movie, but with the violence in it. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess I feel like Deadpool capitalized on that though.
Yeah, no, they definitely did. It definitely
and I
did.
feel, yeah, I don't think Warner Brothers is. I don't know. I feel like they should try to establish their own thing instead of trying to.
Oh no, they 100% should, and I want them to.
Because
But I just feel like
and an overarching problem with Batman v Superman is that it's kind of joyless and that, but they're like trying to make a grounded universe, but trying to be funny and like they're just trying to do too many things. Just like
they're just
establish what you are and stick to that. And just like make good movies. I mean, that's easier said than done, but
well, going with the grounded universe. They're going for the grounded movies in the grounded universe for the DC cinematic universe. In that universe, they have Wonder Woman. They have a bunch of movies. So speaking of Wonder Woman, that actually got pushed forward 3 weeks from June 23rd to June 2nd, 2017.
woo woo.
I mean, like, yeah, that's cool. Whatever, fine. Movies get pushed forward or back. Sometimes not to go head to head against another movie coming out. It moved. Wonder Woman was originally coming out the same day as Transformers, but it's now coming out 3 weeks earlier with a different movie. Not the big news though. Who cares about that? Big news is that in that same report from the Hollywood Reporter, there was 2 unnamed DC projects, one for October 5th, 2018, and one for November 1st, 2019. Now, I'm going to ask you these questions, another rhetorical for now. What movies do you think it is? The reason I say that is because Ben Affleck, it's come out reports from DC, I believe, saying that he's been contracted to only 2 Justice League films. My thought is that
Wait,
one
2
of them,
films or 2 Justice League films?
2 Justice League films.
Boy, all right.
So the next 2 films,
Mhm.
or well, Justice League 1 and 2, part 1, part 2, whatever.
Yeah.
I do think that one of those movies is a Batman movie, and the other one I think it's going to be a Superman movie. Kevin Smith just today says that Jeff Johns confirmed working.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, yeah, Jeff Johns confirmed working on a Batman script with Ben Affleck, but that was also reported and rumored that Ben Affleck did have a script ready for a Batman movie. So everything's really confused right
I
now.
think
What's going on?
Jeff Johns, if people don't know, is the creative lead at DC. Wrote some stories. He wrote Flashpoint. Wrote Blackest Night. So, and what it's interesting that Jeff Johns is doing the script with Ben Affleck, because he's like characteristically known for returning things to the status quo in comics. So if he's writing something with Ben Affleck for Batman, I feel like they're trying to do some damage control about Dawn of Justice, which now that you have it out there, I think that'd be the wrong approach, is to try to dial his like aggression back and like say, oh, okay, like just have him not kill from now on, because you can't really turn that back. You can't really like turn that switch back.
Yeah, don't try to fix something that's already happened. Like, don't try to change the thoughts of what people have seen already. Just start kind of fresh on that.
Unless it's a prequel to that movie.
Sure, but you can't.
I don't think
can't
they'll do
move
a prequel.
that. You can't move that universe forward. It's like you have to just address the idea that
no, but like I'm sure like they can do like a prequel and then the sequel.
I think if they're gonna write a Batman movie, it's probably gonna be like Under the Red Hood or something with Jason Todd, because I feel like a lot of people are excited about that, and they haven't done that yet. I think, I don't know, depending on how Jared Leto's Joker is perceived, they could proceed with something like that. I'd like to see some new villains though, like they like have the Riddler done correctly, as opposed to Jim Carrey's like super hammy performance in Batman Forever. Yeah, rewatch Batman Forever. It's ridiculous. Maybe, I don't know. It'd be cool if they could do like, I don't know, Mr. Freeze in a non-Arnold Schwarzenegger way. But maybe you want someone like
Poison Ivy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Maybe you want someone like Hush or something. If you want to keep it grounded. But yeah, no, they have some options, but I think they've
The Penguin.
Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes. I totally agree with that. I want to see the
Penguin. I want Danny DeVito to reprise his role as the Penguin.
Nolan North.
Oi, Batman! Oh, kill the Bruce, mate! Oh my god, I'm looking at Audacity right now, and that's just a wall of blue.
All right. Well, any last thoughts about what these two movies can be for DC? October 5th, 2018, and a year and a month later. So November 1st, 2019.
I thought they confirmed Justice League dates already, but maybe I'm wrong.
They did.
So those aren't them. Those
are not them. Okay. They are saying these are two unnamed DC projects.
So they're a year apart. I think one's Batman. One is going to be
Superman.
Well, Henry Cavill and Warner Brothers, I think, they said that they're in talks for another Man of Steel sequel.
2, yeah, whatever they're
but
gonna call
this doesn't make sense.
Zack Snyder or
I think Zack Snyder's gonna get booted off Justice League. They need to find someone. This doesn't make sense. They need to find someone who can.
They said Batman vs Superman was the Man of Steel sequel, and they don't know what they're talking about.
No, I think they want like a more direct Man of Steel 2. I would have liked.
I get it, but they said this was the sequel
to be.
Maybe they fucked up.
They clearly did, but maybe they would. Really I don't know. Maybe a Man of Steel sequel could be them re-exploring that Superman persecuted by modern society. I like that. I like that whole storyline, but it kind of went nowhere after the explosion at the trial in BBS. I thought that angle was really cool.
With the piss.
With the Granny's Peachy, yeah. Excellent. So all right. I just died a bit on the inside. No, you know what? Jesse hasn't. You know, you can't say he didn't like give it his all. Like he went far with it, but like I don't know if he went in the right direction. But you know, it's an interpretation. He's not confirmed for Justice League Part 1. I think they're gonna just shelve him for now. But I mean, following that, what's up, guys? Any news with you guys in real life? I have some news. I got my tuition fees. And I'm in debt for the rest of eternity. That's all. I'm just expressing it. Like
you do go to one of the best schools in Canada, though. So
that's fair. Oh, Liam, we can't be coy.
In the States too, isn't it? Like one of the best schools in North America.
Well, okay, so I got full disclosure. I go to the University of Waterloo in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. Let me think. Yeah, U of T, University of Toronto, University of Waterloo. I think we ranked. I checked like the subreddit the other day. We ranked like 20th worldwide or something. So like that's not crazy. Oh, and there was a math contest, and we ranked like 4th amongst all U.S. students. So
Jesus.
math and engineering students. I'm in computer engineering, and I don't go out. So there's that. Time to watch superhero movies.
Well,
but I got
speaking of
so it's all the
superhero
money.
movies.
But yeah, keep going. What you up to, BB?
Not much, exam time.
When do your exams finish? We're going to just a non-sequitur. Yeah, when are your exams finish?
Eventually.
That's fair.
I mean, like, I don't know.
Sure.
April 17th is my last one.
17:38. Oh, I guess we have to end the
What?
podcast now. That was a Fetty Wap reference. I feel I'm really apologetic, you guys.
17:38.
Yeah, man.
I said, hey, what's up? Hello.
Why? Just everyone.
All right, getting back to the news. We are done with DC. So, any last DC thoughts or any about DC?
No.
DC Comics out this week that you might want to pick up: Superman issue 51 and Green Arrow issue 51. They're both all right. That's about.
So they might want to pick them up because they're all right. Not.
I would pick up Green Arrow issue 51. They're finishing the Deathstroke storyline. So, Batman issue 50 came out a couple of weeks ago. So you probably read it if you're into comics. In case you guys don't know, Jim Gordon took over being Batman for the last 8 months, and he was in this like Batman
Yeah, I heard about
mech
that.
suit. And yeah,
Armored Batman.
yeah, because Bruce Wayne Batman died killing the Joker, but then they found out that it was just amnesia, and that he's fine. And Alfred's like he doesn't remember his time as Batman, but now he remembers, and now he's Batman again, and now everything's fine because comics. Also, end of June, DC Rebirth is coming out where they're just fucking rebooting everything because that's just the solution. Nothing's working. Start over. But anyways. That's DC for now.
All right, well, now it's Marvel time. So we got a few Marvel stories. I'm going to give you 3 options. You guys tell me what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
First, so we got Marvel movies, Marvel TV shows, and a possible Spidey news.
Let's do Marvel, the first one. What was it? Movies? Movies, yeah.
We're going to do Marvel movies? All right. So, just earlier this week, we learned that Jimmy Kimmel will be showing Civil War footage this coming week. And at the end of that, he will be showing Doctor Strange trailer.
How the fuck does Jimmy Kimmel have these exclusive deals? Like, Kimmel airs at 11:30. All right, so not bad. But I don't know. I know he's friends with Ben Affleck, so I can understand why he got Batman v Superman exclusive. But I don't know who's watching Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, clearly everyone who cares about superheroes. That's his niche audience now.
What I do like about them is that they don't region lock their content, so you can watch it in Canada, and they upload the trailer as soon as it airs on TV. So
sweet. Well, yeah. So that's the big thing. The Civil War footage being shown. There will be TV spots shown as well. I guess, cool new Civil War footage. I hope they don't spoil Giant Man. I want that to be a movie thing. I think that will be a movie thing.
Did you guys see TV spot number 5? The one where Black Panther is tearing Captain America's shield, or he's pulling on it.
Oh my god, that is such a good moment.
So beautiful.
And then wait, is that the same one where Black Widow's fighting Hawkeye, and then he's like, "Are we still friends?" And then he says, "Depends on how you hit me." Or maybe it's a different one. Yeah. I don't know. I like their.
I think they're different scenes and different.
It looks like the airport scene, but I don't know.
Well, so far what they've been showing in all their TV spots is something they've learned from Age of Ultron, and so they're not doing what they did with Age of Ultron or what DC did with Batman vs Superman. Even though there hasn't been as many TV spots and as many trailers, they've shown the same scenes over and over again, maybe with a different camera angle, maybe adding a line of context here or there.
Or in some cases, literally adding characters to the scene. Yeah. They added Ant-Man into the scene.
The only scenes we've actually seen are there's an airport fight, they're jumping at each other, which is going to be that total Avengers when they're all in the circle moment, obviously.
Yeah, with
I'm worried if it's Deadpool syndrome where they're only showing the action sequences because those are the only action sequences in the movie.
I don't think so, only because Like
Oh my
look at Winter Soldier. The Russos directed that. They're directing this. I have faith in them. Winter Soldier was a great movie.
Yeah, definitely.
I totally agree with that.
Arguably the best Marvel MCU movie, I think.
Yeah. Definitely. One
Is
can
it
argue
arguably?
that.
I don't know. A lot of people like Avengers. A lot of people like Iron Man 1.
No, I think Winter Soldier is better than both of those.
Rank top.
No.
Top
We'll
3.
do a whole episode to that. Like
That's a complete episode.
But yeah, no, I think they'll do fine. Aren't they directing Infinity War Part 1 and 2?
They are. I think they're directing both. Yeah, and that's what gives me a lot of hope.
I don't know. I mean, they're good
because that's a big cast they're dealing with.
They also directed Community,
with.
which they actually.
I won't fault them for that.
In one of the episodes, they actually put in the elevator scene with Dean.
Oh, that's funny.
It was pretty funny.
Community. Sorry. It
Well,
burns
going
so
off
bright
that from the Civil War, at the end of the Civil War footage, like I said,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange trailer, which will be April 12th. That is the last
Jimmy Kimmel,
superhero
right?
movie.
James Kymel, legal name.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the like final set photos for Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yes.
so
Cumberbuns looks dope.
I think this is going to be a sleeper hit. I really think.
Uh-huh. And then Chiwetel Ejiofor is playing.
Make a lot.
I don't think there's. Yeah, I mean,
it won't make a lot, but I think it's going to be like a good movie.
It opens up a lot for the MCU in general because they're introducing magic.
Yep.
So
they're introducing magic, and that is.
I hope
they've already started touching on that in Netflix's Daredevil season 2.
Watch our Daredevil season 2 review discussion.
Yep.
On
They've
YouTube or
touched on the
Love
Inhumans and that sort of stuff in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They're really starting to delve into some of the things they got and magic.
Well,
I can't wait.
Apparently, Doctor Strange's house is going to be in it, and in the comics, it's like this like once you go in, it's like this weird nebulous zone, and like Spider-Man and him are close friends. So if Tom Holland isn't Doctor Strange, I don't know if he is. I don't think he's been confirmed, but that'd be really cool if he makes an appearance. I wonder what the post-credit scene is for Civil War.
I think
it depends on who dies.
Probably Doctor Strange.
I'm thinking there'll be 2. I think one will be for Doctor Strange, and it'll probably show the gem, the time gem.
I think the time gem is going to be the Eye of Agamotto.
I don't know why there have to be 2. Just do one.
I mean, like you can go home. Like you don't have to stay.
I will say I found it refreshing that Batman v Superman didn't have any after credit scenes. Like you don't need them.
Yes.
Like just
you don't need like you can have 2, but like you don't need.
I like
just use 1
because you didn't used to have these. Like I like the idea, that they're teasing further movies and that they're establishing the universe. But then you go too far where you have Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is essentially an after credit scene stretched into an entire film. But wait, speaking of Death and Civil War, there's some Spider-Man news that can indicate some of that. So what's going on?
Well, yeah, that could definitely be one of it. I guess so let's get into that now. The Spidey news I was talking about just prior when giving you guys some choices. So people did some digging and they found that there was a domain registered by Sony called SpiderManHomecomingTheMovie.com. I believe that's the website. If you go to that website, it redirects to Sony Pictures' website. Now, you can say anyone can register a domain and redirect it, sure. But apparently, it's owned by Sony. Apparently, I don't know if it's trademarks for movies too or whatever it's called, but that's owned by Sony. There is a comic. There's a comic line with Spider-Man Homecoming. Possible spoilers. This is all from the comic line. So in the comic line in Spider-Man Homecoming, Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Steve Rogers, Captain America, they do appear in the comic line. So if they're using Homecoming, that would seem very weird. Why they would use that name if it has nothing to do with the comics. So if it does, maybe neither of them die, or if one of them dies, like we said, rumors saying that Doctor Strange has the time gem. So what if they bring someone back to life? They go full out magic.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people will be upset if they don't kill someone major in Civil War because you need to start having some ramifications in these movies. Like you can't just have it.
Yeah.
They're becoming like
Yeah.
sitcoms where nothing is resolved. Like everything is resolved by the end of the movie, and then they can just progress.
Like they're killing small characters that are introduced in the movie.
And like a lot of people are speculating that Don Cheadle's character Rhodey's gonna be killed, and like Rhodey's not an insignificant character, but he's not like a, I don't know. He's significant to Tony Stark and their group, but I feel like if you just kill him, that's not. It'll be more impactful than like a Quicksilver death because you've seen him for more than one movie. But like I feel like you might want to raise the stakes for a movie of this.
Now I actually real quick about that. So Quicksilver died. I've been running some thoughts through my head.
Yeah, there you go.
As where thoughts go.
Preach.
Now, X-Men.
Yeah.
Right? You know how Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, they're both X-Men and they're Avengers, so they're owned by both Marvel and Fox, right?
Yes.
Disney and Fox, whatever. We haven't seen Scarlet Witch and X-Men. We still won't with X-Men Apocalypse, as we assume. Quicksilver we had, but then they killed him. Do you think it's a one or the other sort of situation? That's the deal. I haven't seen this talked about.
No.
But why would they kill Quicksilver? Like, there's two. One
like a
reason
Marvel fuck you to Fox. Like we didn't even need him. Just like.
I guess, but like, why didn't look at Fox? Why didn't Fox use both of them?
Well,
they're twins.
I know. Well, Joss Whedon wanted Saoirse Ronan initially for Scarlet Witch. Saoirse Ronan's in Hannah. She's in Brooklyn. And then she declined because she didn't want to be like part of these like larger movies. Which I get. Like actors want to do indie movies or smaller films that like satisfy them more. And then Aaron Taylor Johnson. I wonder if they'll even bring him back because I feel like he's been burned by too many superhero movies like Kick-Ass 2. Kick-Ass 1 was good, but I feel like
Kick-Ass 1 was good, but Kick-Ass 2 went over the board.
I don't know if you guys have read either of them, but they're like super. Like the comics are way more graphic than the.
I don't like how
movies.
And just saying right now for Kick-Ass, Kick-Ass 2, like he comes back ripped.
He's so swole.
He comes back like
he's swole, bro.
Like he comes back as like this guy, like he's supposed to be like a teenager that's not.
It's also
that just wants to be like a hero, I guess.
It's also interesting how in Kick-Ass, like I think Kick-Ass 1 and 2 are filmed like 3 years apart or something like that, but Chloe Moretz like ages so much between them. She's like a little girl in the first movie and like a teenager in the second. Just on a side note, Mark Miller wrote Kick-Ass. He also wrote Civil War. He also wrote Kingsman, and Kingsman 2, the movie. They released a teaser photo of this today. Did you guys like Kingsman? I thought it was really good.
I thought it was good.
Didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it? That's a movie I watched.
What? Oh yeah, common theme. We're just gonna try to name movies that Liam hasn't seen. Citizen
That's
Kane,
enough.
the Powerpuff Girls movie. Okay,
No, nothing.
What?
The Powerpuff Girls movie.
Ted.
Dope. I haven't seen Ted 2. Is it any good?
I didn't watch it.
Ted
My brother
Ted
watched it. My
2,
brother
Ted
said it was
2.
funny.
No, but like Liam, what about Ted 1?
Fat.
I didn't watch Ted 1 either.
It's okay. You didn't miss much.
Ted 2 wasn't. It has some funny parts. Like I think Ted is better.
Sure.
Like Ted 1 was better.
Jamie Lynn.
Because they're doing Tammy Lynn, Jamie Lynn.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Remember Jamie Lynn Spears? Zoe 101. Throwback Thursday, indeed.
All right. Well, where were we? We were
the last piece of
talking about
news.
Spidey.
TV, right? Or what's? Oh no, what was about Spider-Man: Homecoming? I haven't read the comic.
Yeah.
But I mean, it all depends on. They're also still doing that animated Spider-Man movie, directed by
Yep, they are.
Directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Maybe I'm mixing them up. Maybe it's Chris Lord and Phil Miller. It's definitely a variation of those first names and last names. They directed the Lego movie 21 and 22 Jump Street. They're also
Talking about Lego movies.
Lego Batman.
Lego Batman.
So good. Looks so good.
Lego Batman, yeah. Lego
Did
Batman.
you guys
That's
see
gonna be
both?
amazing.
Did you guys see both trailers?
Did you guys watch the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch Lego movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. I love that.
But there's the scene.
Everything is awesome.
There's the scene in the new teaser, where Alfred's like, Master Wayne, I've seen you go through this so many times. In 2016, in 2012, in 2008, in 2005, in 1997, in 1993, in 1989, and in 19 and that weird one in the 60s. Like, it was really good. Yeah, I hope that's I think it'll be good. But yeah, it's weird that they're doing a theatrical animated Spider-Man movie. So I'm wondering if it's going to be like that weird, because they don't do like traditional animated movies anymore, like Aladdin or Pocahontas or anything. So I wonder if it's going to be like a weird.
I have Aladdin you from Jafar.
I have Aladdin you from Jafar. Girls love Disney. Girls love Disney. Stop second guessing me. But I wonder if they're gonna do like that weird, because who owns?
He didn't have to.
Maybe it's
add
like
that,
DreamsWorks. I don't know. Maybe DreamWorks.
I don't think Manav heard that.
I don't know. But I'm gonna listen.
Did you hear that,
I'm gonna
Manav?
listen to audio later. I'll be furious. You can be assured that I'm gonna send an angry message in this group chat.
All right,
No,
so
it's not angry, but it's not towards you. Don't worry.
Oh,
It's just
All right.
towards us in general. I guess.
I hate everyone you've ever loved. All right.
back
People that
to
don't have,
Doctor
don't
Strange.
Girlfriends.
Did you call me a virgin?
No, I
No,
didn't.
Oh, okay.
no,
I was gonna
no.
say, did he correctly call me a virgin? It's
Back
time for
to
the new
Dr.
game show called Name Everyone Manab Hasn't Had Sex With. All 7.5 million people on the planet. You got it. All right.
7.5 million.
Billion is what I said. Fuck you, Liam.
You said million.
Oh, Liam, you'll sound so silly when I edit in me saying billion, and it sounds like you can't hear things. All right, continue,
You piece
man.
of shit. Okay, just real quick, Doctor Strange. So you said that guy, whatever his name is playing Baron Mordo, whatever the fuck his name
1
is.
second. Still recording. Are we getting dropped? Technical difficulties. And we're back. We're talking about
Anyways, so we were talking about Doctor Strange.
the
You
strangest
said
of
that guy's
doctors.
playing Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be the villain?
Chiwetel
Because
Ejiofor.
Reports are saying the big villain for this movie is actually Dormammu.
Oh, Dormammu.
Yeah.
Yes, brother. Oh, perhaps he's
wondering why
you shook a man before throwing him out of a plane.
I love Doctor Strange, all because of Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I got them. This is your reckoning. Oh. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Because what's her name? Tilda Swinton is playing like an androgynous character. Like they haven't even revealed the gender yet. So I mean, I don't know. I think Dormammu's a little crazy for modern audiences, but Doctor Strange. We thought fucking Guardians of the Galaxy was too crazy for people. So I mean, the movie has Strange in the title, so you have to go in expecting something. But yeah, there's one more piece of Marvel news. There's a TV show announcement, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, just today, or yesterday actually, late last night, and Marvel's Cloak and Dagger has been confirmed by ABC. They ordered it straight to series. And rumors are... Well, that's a big deal because ABC is the host of the shows Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they ordered a pilot from Marvel's Most Wanted. But this they ordered straight to the series.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a producer or director, I don't think, yet. But they ordered it straight to series. Rumors are saying it's going to be a teen drama, like The Arrow or like Flash. Mm-hmm. So if it's like Flash, I'm all for it.
Well, if it's like Flash, it has the issue that it has to do crossover episodes with the worst show on the network. Like Flash has to do with Arrow, and like how Cloak and Dagger will have to do with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, yeah, but if
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not like the worst show on the network. So.
Yeah, it's good on ABC. I mean, that's okay.
Well, on ABC Marvel, they've only got 2 Marvel shows, so yes, figuratively, it would be the worst one.
I hope Damage Control seems so funny. They're filming it like The Office. Oh, tangent, like a couple hours ago, Ricky Gervais put out the trailer for David Brent on the Road. It's like a follow-up documentary from his character from The Office. It looks amazing. There's like this, oh my god, there's this you have to watch Ricky Gervais. But yeah, no, Cloak and Dagger. I would have preferred to see it as a Netflix, especially because they're kind of low Netflix series because they're kind of like lower level New York superheroes, but whatever.
Well, they're I believe a guy and a girl who fall in love and they realize they have powers.
Boy meets girl.
Powers.
Boy and girl get powers. You've heard this story 1,000 times.
These powers could be related to inhuman abilities. They might change it. That's what apparently they're doing with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. They're making them Inhumans.
Are they still making the Inhumans movie? I thought they canceled it.
There was rumors of it being canceled. No, there was only ever rumors of it being canceled, but then they came out and said it's not being canceled. It's actually being
It's actually coming out
it's-
tomorrow.
Yeah,
We're
it's-
actually
no,
done.
It's actually being worked on.
Fuck
I
you
just
guys
feel like
for doubting us.
if they cancel that movie,
Yeah.
it's not like they have a lot riding for it anyways, but it kind of makes the show what the show's building up for, the Secret Warriors, the Secret Wars, it's building up to its own Civil War. It has Inhumans. Even though it's two separate audiences and it will never properly cross over.
Yeah.
It has the potential to do just that and cross over even in a small minor way.
Yeah, unpopular opinion. I think MCU's kind of fucked after Infinity War Part 2. I don't know where they're going to go from there.
I think they really are. I mean, like, you can see they're hoping that Doctor Strange will lead them. Ant-Man will be an in-between sort of thing. I'm assuming Bucky will be the next Cap for the movies.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
at some point the superhero bubble has to pop. So, like, we don't watch we don't watch westerns anymore. Like, there's
But the
there's
reason
a time.
now,
like,
I want
there's
you
a
Western. There was no subgenre within Western. In these comic movies, there's kind of a subgenre. They're superhero movies, but then we got heist superhero movies. We got the big team up superhero movies. We got the big storyline like Winter Soldier. We have the sci-fi.
No, I mean, I get that, but like at some point you're exhausting all of your.
No, it definitely will. Yeah, no, it 100% will. But I feel like it's got much more longevity and legs to it than the Western did.
I mean, sure. No, but you have to consider that they were making westerns for like the Western genre lasted for like 40 years.
Yeah, but you have to also consider the time period it was in, though.
Yeah, the westerns are, I mean, by definition, like characteristically easier to shoot.
You have to consider that they're in this time period for superhero movies. It's the same thing.
Yeah, no, you can totally see. Like, we're not like. I mean, you're probably going to see a resurgence of sci-fi after
after Star Wars.
After Episode 8 comes out, and I'm like, I don't know. There's an ebb and a flow. I just feel like, especially
how many different genres of movies were there back then with the westerns?
You know, there was westerns, there was movies about Moses, and there.
but my point was there's not many, right?
Planet of the Apes.
Moved out. Now there's so many different types of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie.
Might be a resurgence of like the yes, but yeah. I mean, like, it might be a resurgence of like the film noir. Like, this is just commentary on like movies in general, but like I feel like the superhero bubble might. I don't know. We're kind of over the horizon. Like for like Batman v Superman. Imagine if that movie came out like 6 years ago. Like,
well,
I'd be a pile of ejaculate right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, this podcast rated E for explicit and it's rated E for ejaculate. But I feel like
Batman vs Superman came out 6 years ago, do you think it would have got rated differently? I think it would have.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think people.
I think
if any movie came out 6 years ago, probably get rated differently.
We have to consider, right? Because we have perspective now. Because now, like,
fuck on you really got to shut up. You're ruining the argument.
No, it's just stupid. Why would you make that point?
Because that's exactly my point. We have perspective on the other movies.
Welcome to a new segment called Liam and Matt fight about their non sequiturs.
That was just stupid.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Anyways.
Yeah, it was because
it wasn't because
in the back any movie movie you put back then you have a different perspective.
No, because you shouldn't. No, because you shouldn't, and that's the point. A good movie should be a good movie no matter what time period it's in. My point is because there wasn't any superhero movies really 6 years ago. There weren't there were obviously, but the time period's different. Yeah, but a critic should not be changing their reviews based on.
You have nothing to compare it on.
Exactly, but a bad movie's still a bad movie. It doesn't matter what you have to compare it on.
I believe in the rhythm of
my point is because
you have to compare it to Captain America. You have to compare it to
you shouldn't
Batman.
You shouldn't be comparing it. You should be looking at it as a movie in general by itself.
I think you run into the problem when you have like Marvel movies where they're so you have that umbilical cord from movie to movie.
Well, yeah, I know. So that's kind of my point. If Batman vs Superman came out 6 to 10 years ago, that would have been something brand new, and people wouldn't have seen it. But the movie would have been the same. It would have still had a pretty bad plot. It would have still been
they were
totally confusing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like my point is, the movie would be the same. It would still be this bad movie. The movie's not bad because we have something else to compare it to. The movie's bad because it's bad.
I mean, that's arguable. But they were gonna like.
Well, you're saying it's only bad comparatively. Sorry.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So you don't think
Thank you.
No, I think like the plot falls apart, but like you have to consider.
Yeah, that's my point. Like that plot would fall apart no matter what.
You had but no, you have to compare. You have like movies to compare it to. That's the thing, and people do compare it. Don't
Well,
say
the whole
they
idea
don't.
is like
I-
apples
no,
to
I'm
oranges.
saying they
doesn't-
do. I'm saying
apples
they
to oranges
shouldn't.
isn't a valid argument. Like you can compare these movies and you should. At
Well,
the end,
I
we
don't know.
all
I'm just
they're
saying a
there to
bad movie is a
compare.
bad movie. That's all I'm saying. Now this is not a terrible movie, not at all.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, look at the Fantastic Four, the reboot that came out.
Yeah.
Right.
You compare it to the original.
You compared it to the
Fantastic Four.
original, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a bad movie. Whether that came out 10 years ago or came out now, it's still a bad movie.
Well, think about this. The Christopher Reeve Superman movies. If they came in now, you'd laugh at them. You have to provide some perspective. They were the first translation
And that's
of
my
superhero
point.
movies.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Like
just-
it would get a better review just because it's the first thing. It's happening. This is the first time we're seeing it.
Right.
That's my point. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't think that's a very valid reason for it to get a better.
All right. Let's put a butt plug on this biatch until next episode. With regards to Marvel comics that I'm reading this week, Invincible Iron Man number 8. Invincible Iron Man, written by Brian Michael Bendis, who, like a lot of famous Daredevil and Spider-Man runs, what they basically did is they turned Iron Man in the comics to Iron Man in the movies, so he's no longer an alcoholic, self-indulged, depressed man. He's just like a cool Robert Downey Jr. type guy. Spider-Man number 3, Miles Morales, meets Amala Khan, the new Miss Marvel, and Black Panther number 1. So Black Panther, I've read Black Panther number 1. It's really good. So
Yeah, it's really good. I'm thinking about picking it up.
Yeah.
I'm interested in Black Panther.
well, he's interested in you.
Ooh.
T'Challa. I didn't
T'Challa.
know you were like that. So yeah, guys, good podcast. Anything else we want to say before we wrap up?
Let's see. Well, that's been the news. Not really. I think we had a pretty good discussion today.
Mm-hmm. Natty Poo, what's on your mind?
Nothing. Just thinking about shit and laughing.
All right then. Well, from all of us here at Luminfal, I love you, and don't listen to your parents. All right, do whatever makes you happy, and you know what? Follow your dreams and don't let anyone tell you what's right or wrong. For Luminfal, I've been Manab.
I've been Matt.
I'm Liam.
Thanks for watching. You can find more of our content on youtube.com, not /Luminfal. We're not approved yet. You can just look up Luminfal on YouTube. You can follow us at twitter.com/Luminfal or soundcloud.com/Luminfal. Thanks for watching or listening. Love you.
Bye.
We'll be right back.